Even the jaguar of the river has found a place to live. It's been given this name because, like jaguars, giant otters don't tolerate any rivals in the territory they fought so hard for. In the northern Pantanal, Jose and Douglas have already travelled 1,400 kilometres in their boat. They found 3 jaguars and managed to identify a new female. She's jaguar number 21 in Tayama Reserve. The photographer is hoping it's going to be a hot day because jaguars love hunting in the heat. There are more than enough incentives to hunt, because here in the north, caimans are popular prey. Only local fishermen are allowed to stay in Tayama Reserve because it's a protection zone for the fast disappearing fish population. But the fishermen have become careful because of the increasing numbers of jaguars here. Douglas has already documented 21 jaguars here. Is this maybe a new one? He will only be able to identify it if he manages to get close enough with his camera. A surprise is awaiting them on the riverbank. The female has company. It's the beginning of the mating season, and this could be a potential suitor. But isn't that a third cat? Disembarking here is a real risk, but for good photographs the animals are still too far away. Just a little bit closer. The cats are distracted. It could work. Two female jaguars and one male. That would be sensational. Nobody has ever managed to photograph that. Now he can finally see the cats properly. The photographer is in his element. The suspicion that they were dealing with two females and a male has been confirmed by the pantaneiro.
Vão ficar bem na frente. Que lindo demais.
It would take the jaguar no more than 5 seconds to reach the two. Running away now would be suicide. It would ignite the hunting instinct. Those who run have lost. It could have ended differently. All that remains to be done now is to note down the GPS data so they can find this place again. Then it's time to get out of here. The weather has become hotter in the south too. There is a river below the farm track. It is the destination of a capybara family urgently wanting to cool off. At the moment they feel safe because it's been a while since they saw a jaguar. The late morning, when the air begins to shimmer, is their favourite hunting time. Mother and daughter have long since learned where to look for prey. First, the experienced female goes towards the river. She will prepare the attack. Then her daughter follows. Killing in deep water is even difficult for a jaguar, but the two cats have chosen the right strategy. Their victim must have run along here. One well-targeted bite, and it was done. The bloodstain proves the capybara came to a rapid end. No cat in the world can compete with the jaguar's powerful jaw. Those who are left behind at such a young age have almost no chance of survival, but some are lucky and end up with biologist Eloana Abade. She has become a surrogate mother to the two young capybaras. The biologist now has to teach them that capybaras mustn't be scared of the water if they want to survive. Eloana Abade works in a rescue centre in the south of Brazil. She takes care of all the animals that are brought here. The small capybaras have enough trust in the biologist that they will go swimming with her. Capybaras are excellent swimmers from birth. Nevertheless, these two prefer having firm ground beneath their feet. Eloana knows there's no point trying to force them. She wants them to carry on trusting her. When they're dry, she'll reward them with warm milk. That's why the little one doesn't want to leave the thermos flask with the delicious contents. This centre doesn't just take orphans. It also takes animals confiscated by customs as well as old or sick animals. The colourful macaws are a desirable export commodity. Because of their cobalt blue colour, poachers take hyacinth macaws from their nests, even though they're on the brink of extinction. Almost all of the animals at this centre share a common fate. They were illegally captured, poorly fed, and usually kept under appalling conditions. This is not true of this female jaguar. A zoo has loaned her as a companion for a particularly sad case. The old jaguar is from the Pantanal. He spent almost his entire life locked up in a box until he was finally taken away from his owners. He's blind in his right eye and he's almost unable to move, but he should at least enjoy the end of his life with as much sun and company as he wants. In September, the Brazilian winter is finally coming to an end. Soon the rains will start and large tracts of the northern Pantanal will be underwater. Douglas Trent doesn't have much time left to discover more jaguars in Tayama Reserve. In this tributary, he photographed his first jaguar 3 years ago. The capybara seems paralyzed, as though a jaguar were nearby. In the forest, the jaguar is near invisible. But why isn't it attacking? There are just a few meters between it and its prey. The capybara knows it's skulking, but it doesn't flee. Douglas senses something is not right with this jaguar. Once again, the two have to get close enough for the crucial photograph. But then, the camera reveals the jaguar isn't healthy. It has 2 large ulcers on its nose. The two have travelled almost 2,000 kilometres on their search. They were out for 10 days looking for jaguars. Douglas can hardly wait to compare his new photographs with his old ones. He thinks he already photographed the jaguar with the ulcers 3 years ago. The photographer doesn't have to search for long because he has them organized by time and place. He can recognize every single jaguar by the individual markings on the bridge of the nose. Now he has the pictures for comparison. The old photograph is on the left. The picture on the right is the sick jaguar. It is the same animal. At the time it was still in top form, the first and probably the last photograph of this cat. 2 pictures, between them lies a jaguar's life. A life in harmony with jaguars is not easy, but it must be possible. Douglas Trent won't stop fighting for their protection, even though it's still going to be a long journey to give the largest cat in the Americas a future.